Hey guys, so bringing you another video. So welcome to one of my Q&A videos. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Just to quickly explain how this works, I'm sure you know how a Q&A video works, but just to say, I tend to do them very long. I am somebody that always feels a bit guilty when I can't get through all the questions. Now, disclaimer, I'm not going to get through all the questions in today's Q&A. So a couple days ago, I made a very quick video to say, hey, give me questions. I was expecting maybe 100, maybe 200. We got close to 500 questions, and it's insane. You know, the channel is growing more than 100 people a day, and so yeah, I won't be able to get through all the questions. So again, I apologize if I do not. And if I do not get your question answered, there are other ways you can ask me the question. So just to mention what those are, Twitter. I really actually am going to probably start plugging my Twitter, so I apologize if you get annoyed by it. But please follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. The Facebook page, ask.fm, or even the Discord server. You can ask a question on the Discord server and I'll probably answer it there also. And obviously, yeah, there's YouTube private messages, but they then tend to be more business stuff. So yeah, I apologize if I don't, but I'm not answering close to 500 questions in today's video. It will probably be minimum half an hour long, maximum an hour long. I'm not going to do any more than an hour, as I do want to record an Unranked Diamond today. So let's get started. And just quickly, the way that we're going to start today's episode is we're going to answer some very just frequently asked questions that get asked every single video practically. First one, what is the loading screen that I use in Unranked Diamond? So I'd say for the past 20 episodes, I've kind of said it in the video, so I don't understand how people still ask the question, but they do. It is the website lolskill.net. So when you are in game or in your own loading screen, you go on that website, you put lolskill.net in, and you put your summoner name in at the top. Then you click search game. Hey presto, you've got all the stats that I do. And the way that I make it look in the video, I take that, I print screen that little detail, and I put that in the video. It's not my loading screen for the game. It's not a mod, it's a website that I I edit into the video. So there you go. That gets asked every single video, and it will probably continue getting asked even if I explain it. Second one is, where do I go to university? What do I do? Again, a very basic, common question. I go to university in Cambridge and I study computer game design. Currently my final year on a first, and I'm very tempted to continue doing a master's after it, but I'm still thinking about it. I've got about 2 months to kind of make my decision. So there you go. The last final commonly asked question is, what sports did I used to do? Because I mention it occasionally, that I now have. I've told you about my mode that I neither get excited or really sad. So I used to play football to A-League standard, won 2 championships. I used to play rugby at district level, athletics at county level, mainly 200 meters, 400 meters, and shot put, and a bit of boxing and a bit of like different fighting things here and there. As occasionally I do like to do that stuff. Haven't done it in a while. I'm getting myself back in shape. But who knows, I might get it back into boxing or something. Because I am also looking to get laser eye surgery soon to get rid of these. I'm going to go for a consultation soon. But anyway, let's begin today's question and answer with the first legit question. Okay, the first question is a personal one of all of them, and it is, do I have a girlfriend or a grill friend? And if so, show us your tips and tricks to acquire one, Meng. So currently I do not. I have had several in the past, and yeah, it's kind of sucks that I don't have one at the moment. They are a really good thing to have, but I'd say this, don't actively just go looking for one, because you'll just get like, I don't know, a couple week fling and that'll be it. The best relationships just spring up out of nowhere. Like, you just randomly bump into each other, or it just happens naturally. If you go out looking for it, it's not going to last, most likely. So I just say, yeah, don't rush it. And if it is to be, then go with it. And I'd say never say no. If, like, I don't know, you're either a girl or a guy, it doesn't really matter, and there is an opportunity to go do something with somebody that you're interested in, don't say no. So many people say no because they're shy, especially in our gaming world. Don't say no, say yes, and trust me, it will probably help you a lot. Next one is, do I like the game changing every year? So I presume League of Legends is the game you're talking about. Yes, big time. I've been playing this game for 5 years, as many of you know, since Season 1. And if the game was exactly the same as it was in Season 1, I probably wouldn't play anymore. Some of the changes are always questionable, but Riot tend to know, what they're doing most of the time, and yeah, it makes the game interesting. In my own way, I have to keep learning the game. Again, if the game hadn't have changed at all since Season 1, I would have, a lot of people would have known everything in the game. I have to continually be learning myself because they keep changing it so much. So yes, I love that they change the game every single year. Well, even more than that, they change the game pretty much every 6 months in a big way. So the next question is, did I ever PvP in WoW? If so, what rating did I get to? No, I was a raider in World of Warcraft. I was a top 200 world hunter for about 2 years, I'd like to say. I just preferred PvE in WoW over PvP. I will say though, with with Legion coming out in nearly a year or just under a year? Yeah, that's sad. I will most likely go, I've already purchased Legion, as many of you know. I will probably go on Legion, level up a Demon Hunter and just see what happens. I doubt I'll have enough time to become a raider. Again, even though I do miss it a little bit. But if I ever were to continue playing World of Warcraft, it would most likely be PvP. Because it's like League of Legends. You can just do one game and then not do any more if you're busy. So yeah, maybe in the future. So the next question is quite long, so I'll kind of, just summarize it. But it's, did I ever have like that eureka moment in League of Legends where everything clicked? Know when to exploit mistakes, roam, last hit, all that stuff. Yes and no. I'd like to say yes in the fact that I went from Silver in Season 2 to Diamond 1 in Season 3. So obviously something did click. Something did, my mechanics became good. Everything became good. But I'd like to say it wasn't the fact that I just suddenly had that ding moment. It was more to the fact that I actually took League of Legends seriously. I'm a type of person that when I try and do something, I'll either just have fun with it and not really care about it, or if I really want to do it, then I will go really hard into it. And that's what happened with League. And it's a good example at the moment is, again, if you follow my Twitter and all that stuff, I've recently just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I know many of you are not interested, and it's very nerdy. I know it is, but it's just a cool card game, and it's really interesting. I have been playing now for a couple of days again, and I've already built myself up a couple of good decks. Like, I just go really ham into it. So that's what happened with me in League. I was a World of Warcraft player, then swapped to League of Legends, and then was like, okay, let me go hard into League of Legends, and then I became Diamond 1. That's kind of what happened. So the next question is a very one I want to just briefly touch on. Have I ever smoked anything before? The answer is flat out no. I don't want to insult anybody watching this video, but I just disagree with any social type of drug. If, I'm fine with drugs if they help you medically, but other than that, I just see it as pointless. And yeah, I just don't do anything with that type of thing. Never will, don't want to. Next one is, in the time between you reaching Diamond on the Smurf and starting a new Unranked Diamond, will I be doing more content on other games, Heart of the Heroes of the Storm, CSGO, Overwatch, etc.? It's something I'm thinking about at the moment, because obviously the Unranked Diamond series is, I'm going to try and record an episode or two today, a few tomorrow. Basically, well, I'm going to say it now, I've got the next 4 days off, and I'm going to try my utmost to complete Unranked Diamond in these 4 days. Obviously, you will not see it in these 4 days. You'll see it over the span of the next week that I upload the videos. But I'm going to try and just reach Diamond on the account in the next 4 days and then just get it out the way. And then, yeah, that will be majority, or that is my channel at the moment, is Unranked Diamond. So it will be me figuring out what I want to do. Now, I do think I've built up an audience that is kind of, they're very much like, oh, we just want to see stuff that Huzzy does. So, yes, there will be Diamond content. That is one thing to say. I will most likely swap the Unranked Diamond series to just commentaries on my main account, trying to get my main account to higher Diamond. And yeah, then, yeah, sure, I don't mind throwing the occasional game out there, like Overwatch or Heroes or something like that. It just depends, really, what you guys want to see. I will most likely do a straw poll nearer when that happens, just to see what you guys are interested in. So yeah. Next one is, am I sad that I didn't reach Diamond on the Unranked Diamond series, I guess, within the season? If not, why not? What was it important to me? Not really. Again, a lot of people, there's cynical people everywhere, and a lot of people go, hi, you didn't reach Diamond in the season. I honestly didn't really care. I had a lot of other things to do in my life, and that is the one thing I always try to say to you guys, is YouTube for me is amazing. It's fantastic. I have so many opportunities before me because of you guys, but it's still a hobby. It's not the most important thing in my life right now. University is, and I know that sounds very like educational and all that, but it really is. I am a firm believer that if you get a good piece of paper that says a good grade on it, it does help you in the long run. So I'm not really sad about it. I'm more annoyed with myself that, you know, when I was off in the summer, that I didn't have any university, I should have played more games then. You know, I didn't upload every single day in the summer. I uploaded like 3 times a week. If I uploaded every single day in the summer, I would have got diamond easy. But annoyed by it, yes. Am I sad about it? No. It wasn't really important to me. So yeah, and again, it doesn't really matter because I'm never going to use the account again. So it's still showing you the Unranked to Diamonds adventure, but just a little bit like, hey, here's some in the preseason as well. So there you go. Next one is, how am I? I'm really good, thank you. I'm stressed with university, but other than that, I'm great. Still losing weight and all that type of thing. And the question is, what can Riot do to balance the game? Because as of right now, there are a lot of broken champions. It's a hard one. A lot of people try to act like experts about, oh, I would change this and this and this. They have no idea what they're talking about. The people that know what they're talking about are the people that are making the game. And yes, it may take a couple patches to get things perfect, but you have to remember, and maybe it's your first season in preseason. Preseason, which we're in right now, is the testing months. This is where Riot likes to test things on their player base to see what they want to do for the upcoming season. It's always like this in preseason, and you've just got to kind of accept that. It's not a big deal. Your rating has already been locked in a few weeks ago, so just go with it. Just play the OP stuff if you want to go up in rating, or continue playing whatever if you just want to have some fun. What can Riot do? Take the PBE more seriously. Like, if I was Riot, I would completely wipe the PBE. Just, like, delete all the accounts that are currently on there and invite all the top players from each server, maybe the top 5,000 players from each server, to the PBE. They're the people that you want to balance your game. It's the best players. That's my opinion anyway. Next one is, hi, I've been wondering for some time, what is the salary the average pro player makes? How much money does a successful streamer, YouTuber make, and just in general? So here's the thing, I can't go into specifics. I do know the specifics, obviously. I'm in that world. But yeah, what I can do, what can I do for you? I'll give you a website for YouTubers and streamers. Well, not really streamers. Mainly for YouTubers that you can kind of get an idea. So let me actually bring it up on the screen right now. So this is where a prompt of, if you're not watching the video, maybe start watching it. Okay, welcome to Social Blade. Now, some of you will know this website, some will not. But basically, it's a website that anybody can go on, and you can look up YouTubers, streamers, Instagrammers, and kind of just have a breakdown of their statistics. Now, one thing that this website does do is, you know, again, I use this website all the time. So as you can see, I'm a B rank YouTuber, which is actually pretty good. That is my position. That is how big I am on YouTube. So I'm the 35,875th biggest channel on YouTube in terms of subscriber numbers. I'm the 120,000th biggest in video and all that stuff. So that's all the statistics. That's how many views we've got the last 30 days. That's how many subscribers we've got in the last 30 days. That's my network. And here is the money that I suppose you want to know about. So, all I'll say is this estimated numbers. So as you can see, they're massive gaps. So I could be making, and again, this is my personal channel, between £103 a month and £1,600 a month. So there's a difference there of £1,500. All I'm going to say is every single channel is different. There are a lot of things that go into how much you make. It's very complicated, you know, video length, audience retention, all that type of thing. All I'll say is I'm more on this end than this end. That's all I'm going to say, and that's all I can really say. And again, they're massive. I could be making in a year £1,000 odd pounds or £20,000. Again, it's very much up in the air. It's a massive, like if I go on, let's go on an example. If I go on PewDiePie, again, this is probably going to open people's minds to how much YouTubers make. So PewDiePie is an A++ YouTuber. He's the 9th biggest sub, but to himself he's the biggest. But anyway, he's estimated to be making between minimum £50,000 a month and maximum 800,000 just from advertisement, by the way. That doesn't include sponsorships. And then the yearly is minimum 600,000, maximum 10 million. Again, that is not from sponsorships. So that gives you an idea of YouTubers. And then as for professionals and everything like that, there has been a couple of leaks, like the new meme 5.5k a month. So Yeah, professionals, all I'll say is if you're a decent sized YouTuber, like I'm not at the size right now where I live, that I could go get my own apartment, pay for my bills, etc. Professionals are at that level, YouTubers are at that level, but not exactly where I am right now. But with our current rate of growth and everything like that, that we're gaining over 100 people new a day, we're about 25,000 views a day or something like that now. That in 6 months when I finish university, YouTube might be big enough for me to actually do full time and actually move out and all that stuff. So that's the type of money that is involved with YouTube and streaming and stuff. Okay, the next question is, here's a question. What do I think of the new Masteries? So I did say in the announcement video for this question and answer video that I would directly answer a couple of things. This is one of them. So what do I think of the new Masteries? I like them a lot. It gives more opportunities, I think, to different champions. It actually enables you to do different things. Like, I've been running 18 to 12 0 on a Nivea, but then other people are running, I think, 12 18 0 on a Nivea. And again, both work. You know, it's pretty damn strong about what you can do on different things and experimentation, everything. So I think it's a very good change. And then your second part to your question is, any tips on how to build your own Masteries well in Champion Select? Just common sense, really. Like, there will always be, and no matter what Riot do, there will always be the best path to take on a certain champion. But I think I'd honestly say there are multiple paths you can take now. That, yes, there'll still be probably one that is the best on a certain champion, but there will be like 2 or 3 that are okay. So as long as you read through what each mastery does, I think you'll be fine. And if you have like common sense and things like that. So I will still say, do research, go on probuilds.net or something like that, see what the professionals are doing. But yeah, if you just read them and just have common sense and know you're the champion you want to play, I think you'll be fine with making your own. Right, next one is, why is Lee Sin so good, and what professional League of Legends have I played? The first one, why is Lee Sin so good? He's a mechanically driven champion that if you're very good at him, he can do a lot. It's the kind of effect that if you have a challenger Lee Sin player, play him to his best ability, you'll see him wreck, because Lee Sin is a mechanically intense champion. But then if you have a bronze person playing Lee Sin that is bad at Lee Sin won't do anything, because that's just how the champion works, is that you need to be mechanical on him, you need to make them types of plays, otherwise he's probably not going to be that good. And then also, a lot of people think Lee Sin is better than he actually is because of how cool his plays actually look. Elise is probably just as good as Lee Sin, but Lee Sin looks more impressive. And then the second part to the question is, what professional League of Legends have I played? None, probably, is the right answer. So a lot of people get confused. I am part of Team Dignitas. I'm an official member of Team Dignitas, but I am just in the organization as a content creator. I make videos under the Dignitas brand. And yes, I have access to the professionals. I talk to OD a fair amount. I'm in Dignitas, but I'm not on one of the LCS teams. But saying that, there has been a recent change to how Challenger Series works. So again, many of you know Challenger Series is under LCS. The way that they are doing it now is, to qualify for Challenger Series, it used to be, I think, the top 16, Challenger teams used to then have a tournament for the top 8 or something like that. When now they're changing it that all the official Riot Battleground tournaments, they are now the things that you qualify to go in for Challenge Series. Now the funny thing is, my team won the first Battlegrounds tournament because people didn't, I suppose, take them that seriously back then. So technically my team is in the running to go into Challenger Series next split. So yeah. Next one is a very frequently asked question, is why don't I do bronze to diamond instead of unranked to diamond? So again, I get this question so many times, but if people just use common sense, you won't even need to answer this question or ask this question. So again, please use common sense. How can I legally get a bronze account? Okay, just think of that for a second yourself and you'll realize the answer is, Huz can't get a bronze account legally. I can't buy one. I won't purposely lose games at the beginning to get to bronze. I won't borrow one from a bronze player. I won't do any of that stuff. Do you know why? One, because I think it's morally wrong to start in bronze. It's one thing to start unranked and then you move my way up in unranked. It's another thing to go in bronze. And the second point is, one, I don't want to do it for myself. And the second thing, I'm friends with several Rioters, and I know that Rioters watch my videos. And if I go, hey, I'm doing a bronze to diamond video, they're going to know that I got that account not legally. And even though they're my friends, they will ban me. Like 100% they will ban me, and they're rightfully so to do that. I think that's happened several times to different streamers. Good. Like, unranked to diamond is one thing. It's just an unranked fresh account. There's nothing against the rules about that. I cannot get a bronze account. And the third point, I guess, is it would be really, really boring. And again, I don't want to kind of offend anybody here, but bronze, this is going to offend, bronze is really bad, okay? I think diamond is bad, and then you're asking me to play it in bronze. So the thing about it is that it would be pretty much me carrying 1v5 every single game until I get to gold, most likely, which then is just a normal unranked to diamond because we always start in gold anyway. So it's pointless. It really is pointless. It's a question that drives me mad because it just takes common sense to like think yourself and you'll know the answer. But again, it's going to be asked more in the future, I can guarantee it. Next one is, if you didn't play League anymore, what would my main game be? Or would you just scratch that itch for you competitively, if not for League? I presume you mean, like, if I didn't play League, would I play another game competitively? I think that's what I'm getting here. It's a good question. So I have played several games competitively. If you're new to the channel, you may not know, but I used to be not professional. I used to be a competitive Call of Duty player. I was very good at World of Warcraft. I don't know if you can call that competitive, but I was a top 200 world hunter. So yeah, I'd probably just move on to another game and go competitive in that, probably. Most likely, if I had to change right now, if I had to quit League of Legends right now, what game would I go to? Most likely Counter-Strike Go, but I don't know if I'd get bored of that really quickly. I'm not sure. What would I go to? Good question. I don't know if there's any other games that are coming out in the next year. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm definitely a person that likes to have a main game. That is like, I play this game as my main game and I play other things randomly. I'm definitely that type of person because, you know, when Call of Duty, RuneScape, these are just some of the games. World of Warcraft, now League of Legends. So I've always had like a main game, but I don't know what it would really be. But I would most likely go into something else competitively. I can guarantee that. Next one is a very interesting question. What champion is the best for climbing rating? Whatever you're good at. It's that simple. You know, if I tell you to go play Lee Sin, you could be a terrible Lee Sin player. Because that is, like, I'm going to say it's a terrible question to ask because you should already know the answer. It's whatever you're personally good at playing. Next one is, what's my favourite games apart from League? And also, which games did I enjoy growing up with? At the moment, I did mention earlier, I'm now getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. That counts as a game, right? But I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! Halo. I'm playing a bit on my Xbox. I did get an Xbox recently. A bit of Star Wars, Battlefront, or Battlefield, whatever it's called. And then as for other PC games, I am playing the new Assassin's Creed a little bit when I have time. I just did Fallout 4. What's my favourites though? I don't really have any favourite games apart from League at the moment. I guess World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft always has a little bit in my heart. I guess I'm still subscribed to World of Warcraft right now. And yeah, Overwatch, I've been playing that a bit too. So I'm not really sure. But what games did I enjoy growing up with? Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, some of the Nintendo games like Super Mario Sunshine, I guess. The Lego, there were some Lego games. They were really big in the 90s. And what else? Pokemon games, obviously. There were a couple of years of Digimon that were good for games and stuff. So, yeah. Next one is, do I think one-trick ponies are more commonly found in lower ELOs than higher ELOs? And my personal opinion is higher ELOs since... no. Okay, so... you see a lot of one-trick ponies in high rating because there are not many players there. If you take how many players there are in low rating and high rating... There are millions more people in low rating, therefore there will be more one-trick ponies. The problem with a low rating one-trick pony is they're just terrible at that champion, so they won't climb. They probably just enjoy playing it and just continue playing it. Where you see them in high rating because they're good with that champion, so they get to high rating and they know they're bad at everything else, so they have to continue playing the only thing they're good at. So there are more one-trick ponies in low rating, definitely. but you also see them in high rating because that's all that they can play. So that's pretty much it. Next question seems to have a lot of replies, so I presume this is controversial. I don't know. But is Minecraft or League of Legends better? You're asking this on a League of Legends channel, so I presume you know what the answer is going to be. It is League of Legends for me personally, but again, opinions are subjective, so for you it might be Minecraft. I will say I have played a lot of Minecraft in my time. I actually really do enjoy that game, and once a year me and my friends tend to rent a server for about 2 weeks and just build random stuff. And I'm going to say this, that time of year is coming soon. Well, actually we tend to do it twice a year. We tend to do it in the summer and we tend to do it in the winter. The next time that me and my friends make a server, I'm going to make a big one and publicly open it to you guys. So you can just join the Minecraft server if you want to. It won't last very long. It'll be just for a couple of weeks, but you know, you can have a bit of fun at least. Next one is opinions on Aatrox. Love the vids. Thanks very much. Aatrox is a champion that I actually really enjoy, and I used to play him a lot. And I do really mean I used to play him a lot. But sadly, time has not been on his side. The meta has shifted in a way that is just he's weak against. He cannot outduel a Jax with Ginsu's or an Aurelia or a Gnar. He simply can't. He needs a champion rework very badly, and I don't think he'll be getting one soon because he's only like a 2-3-year-old champion. The champions that are getting reworks like Poppy are like 5 years old. So yeah, at the current point in time, he is really weak. But if you're good at him, you can always still use him to go up in rating. Next one is Huzzy. Do I ever think League will wear out? Yes, it will. Everything wears out. You know, the most competitive game 30 years ago was Pong. That died. Like, everything eventually does evolve and move on. Now, does that mean that Riot Games will die? Probably not. Riot Games as a company will probably make something new after League of Legends. So, yes, League will die eventually, most likely. Like, I do think League of Legends in the next couple of years will be on TV. I have a very sneaky suspicion that Sky Sports, a lot of you will know who's Sky, the network who owns all the channels. So I have a very sneaky suspicion that in the next couple of years there will be Sky Sports or Sky Esports. It will be a channel on Sky just for esports, and all the tournaments and stuff will be on there. I think that's going to happen. But that, you know, Sky Esports isn't just Sky League of Legends. That's going to have probably Overwatch, Hearthstone, Dota, League, all on it. And yes, League of Legends will eventually die. Next one is, what was the first champion I ever played? That would be Fiddlesticks. And for Fiddlesticks was my main champion for most of Season 1. I just enjoyed him. I found him pretty easy. And, yeah. Next one is 2 questions. My normal gameplay is way better than your ranked player. You think it's a combination of nerves and general salt. How would you minimize this? By never comparing normals and ranked. It's a terrible idea to do that, and a lot of people do that. They're like, oh, I'm playing against diamond people in normals and beating them, but I'm only in silver. That's for a very specific reason. Normal games are simply for fun, and nobody really tries in them. So this is why you should never compare normal games to ranked games. Like, literally just never do it. And I'd say just kind of go in normal games with the whole idea of I just want to learn this champion, and then go into ranked with an idea of I'm only going to play the champions I know how to play. And that tends to help a lot of people, because it's a terrible idea if you're trying new things in ranked, if you're kind of unexperienced. Now, the second question is, do I have a favourite food or beverage to have when playing League? Red Bull, for one. I know it's terrible for you, and I'm still on my weight loss adventure, but it's one of my weaknesses. I do like energy drinks. As for food, I don't really eat when playing, because I always find, you know, your hands get greasy, or there's stuff, and then you're on your mouse and keyboard, and then they get greasy. So yeah, I don't eat when playing League. If I want to eat, I'll go eat and then come back. But yeah, energy drinks are my weakness, so cheers. Next one is, how many hours did I spend on playing League? Too many to count. I honestly do not know. Let me actually see, because there's them websites, right, that tell you how long you've been playing for. Okay, there you go. I just went on, like, Googled how much time have I played League. So here it is. DHuzzy, this is my main account. You've spent 3,189 hours on League of Legends, which means you've spent 133 days of my life on League. I am ranked 46,000th on EUS and 117,000th in the world. That's actually not that bad. I actually thought I'd do more. Obviously, I do have a lot of accounts, so if we add up all my accounts, it might be 4,000 hours. But yeah, there you go. There is the answer to your question. Next one is, you find yourself playing less and less of LoL. You think you're getting bored, but you still love the game. What do I suggest? Stop playing for like a week and see what happens. See if your brain is very much like, I have to play now, because then, hey, you know, if your body really wants you to play, then you'll go play, and then maybe that'll get the love back. I'd suggest maybe changing your role or changing your champion pool as well, just to kind of get something new going in the game. But yeah, that's what I'd suggest. Next one is, Huzzy, how do you learn different roles? You currently main AD carry, but you don't want to get in draft pick and find yourself playing other roles sub-optimally and causing your team to lose more games. To learn more roles, my friend, you have to accept you're going to lose more. That's kind of part of learning. If you're not wanting to lose, then just never play League of Legends, because it's part of the game. Where, you know, I'm confident as a Diamond player that I can play all 5 roles to Diamond standard. That took me a long time to get there. You know, I didn't just suddenly get good at all 5 roles overnight. It took a while. So yeah, you have to accept the losses and you have to learn from your mistakes in every single role. I'd say if you're good at one role, you can learn that knowledge on the other roles, and you tend to pick up other roles a lot quicker than your first one. But yeah, just accept the losses and just do it. Next one is, what am I studying at university and what season of League of Legends did I first get Diamond? I'm studying computer game design and I first got Diamond in season 3. Next one is 3 questions. First one is opinion on Korean LoL players. Well, we can split this into 2 ones. The first one is the LoL professionals in Korea are definitely the best in the world. You know, they're just so, I don't know what the word is, determined to win. They're so put into the game that they just are ruthless in victory. And then the average League of Legends player in Korea, honestly, the average League of Legends in Korea is nothing special. The average person that just plays solo queue is nothing special. It's not much different than EU West or NA. They're a lot more ragey. The game means a lot more to them, but that's about it. Second one is, who is the most famous LoL player you've ever played with? Reckless, I guess. That might be it. Like, again, you have to remember, guys, that I used to be Diamond 1 back when Diamond 1 was like the highest rating in the game. So I played with all the professionals back then, and I've played with some of the since. I do have a lot of LCS pros on my friends list. They occasionally invite me to ARAMs, which I very occasionally accept. But yeah, probably as a name, probably Reckless. I played against him in solo queue a few times. But yeah, I'm just trying to think if I played anybody else. Well, Xpeke, Froggen, like I've played against them all at some stage. So yeah, and then the final one is, do I think I could beat Uber Danger, Curie, and Peace Pigeon in 1v1? Yes. Uber Danger, I think, is Platinum 1 and plays like, I think, Yasuo. Curie's like Gold, and Peace Pigeon is like Platinum 4. So yeah, I think I could beat them all in a 1v1. But again, 1v1s don't really matter that much in League of Legends because it is a team game. The only way that I'd ever do 1v1s if it was a big like charity tournament that YouTubers partake in. That's the only way I'd do it. Okay, the next one is a few. So plans after I finish uni. For the first 6 months of after I finish, I'm just going to do YouTube and see how it goes. If I get big enough that I can like afford to move out on that, then I will probably continue doing YouTube and then move out after 6 months. I am still contemplating whether to do a Masters or not and like continue doing YouTube and then do a Masters. And yeah, it's kind of up in the air right now. I'm not really sure. Next one is, do I have a job outside of university and YouTube? Nope. Never really had a job ever. This is like my first job that I'm actually making pretty good money out of. Just never really needed to, and I know I'm pretty lucky in that respect. If I scroll down some more, next one is, do I find it easy to balance work, gaming, social life with university studies? No, not really. My social life has dipped big time since going to university. I never really had a big social life anyway. I hate clubs, and that's all that people do around here. Loud music, I just ugh. But these 3, like, if we actually just take out social life, work, gaming, and university studies, I'm very good at balancing that. And now I'm, me and my friends are starting to play Yu-Gi-Oh! More in real life and that, so I guess my social life is improving a bit. And favourite beer, that would be Guinness. I have a soft spot for that beer. Nom nom nom. Next one is, hi HuzzyGames, wondering if you'd consider starting another YouTube series. You really enjoy Unranked Diamond, but it'd be awesome to see if I could do Break the Meta and Troll Champions. Never going to happen. I'm, again, like, sometimes I do kind of question if people actually watch my videos when they ask questions, in the fact that I'm a meta person. I'm a meta person for the reason of I think it's the best way to go up in rating, and that's what you should be doing if you want to go up. So it goes against my channel. That literally goes against everything that I kind of stand for. So yeah, never going to happen a troll or a breaking the meta series. And I realise, and again, this is what people have to work out with me. Them types of series would probably get a lot of views, but I'm not doing YouTube for views. I'm doing YouTube with what I actually want to do and what I think would help people the most. Do I have any siblings? Yes, a older sister who is 2 years older than me. Next one is, how do you get used to non-locked camera mode? By forcing yourself. You really need to realise that if you're playing with locked camera, you are at a disadvantage, like a flat out disadvantage. You are so tunnel vision in everything that you do. You won't have the fluidity that you need to get better. So force yourself is my only suggestion. A good example to give is Dyrus. Everybody knows who Dyrus is. Dyrus played with locked camera when he first joined TSM. When he joined TSM, they forced him to not play locked anymore, and he became better. Locked camera is just really, really bad for tunnel visioning, and you just won't have enough map awareness in order to make good decisions. Next one is, as a mid laner, what champions would I say one would learn the most from learning? Rise to learn combos, press keys in specific orders. TF for learning map awareness. Orianna. Orianna is the ultimate mid laner for learning, in my opinion. She has everything in little packages. She has good team fights. She has good 1v1, last hitting, combo. She has it all to learn the fundamentals to be a good mid laner. So hands down, Orianna to be the best to become a good mid laner. Next one is, do I think Riot overall is making the game better every season for both competitive professional play and for casual players? Yes and no, I guess. I suppose the answer is yes to both of them, but you're missing a category. You're missing the category I'm in. So you have professional play, casual play, and you actually have one in the middle of that. You have people like me that are not professional but play competitive, that play to win every single game, that are not playing casually. So I'd say competitive is getting better every year, casual is getting better every year, but the where I'm in, the middle ground is getting worse because they're making the game too easy, because professionals don't care about solo queue because they're playing professionally. Casual players like the game to be easy because they're playing casually. Where I'm at, I want the game to be hard because I feel it's more of a reward when I do something good. But they keep making it easier and easier and easier. So for me, it's frustrating, but for most people in the game, I suppose it's good. What is my all-time favourite game? That would be League of Legends. It's given me the most enjoyment probably my whole life. It started a potential career for me, so definitely League of Legends. So the next one is a fairly long one. Is how did you practice and improve in strategy? Is it an experience thing? So the first thing to say is if you're trying to research and strategize too much, you probably will get overloaded and you won't have the mechanical skill to pull it off. I'd say it's just experience of actually doing it, and every single person will learn it at different rates. Also, I've talked about it occasionally. There is such a thing called like the wall, that there are certain people playing League of Legends that will only ever be a bronze player, that will only ever be a silver player. That's just how life works, that you're just not good at something. You know, if you tell me go ice skate, I'll probably be rubbish. But someone else could be amazing at it. Everybody is good at things and bad at things, and it's okay if League of Legends is one of them things you're bad at. For me, luckily, it was something that I actually picked up very quickly, and I went from silver to Diamond 1 in one season. So, yeah, everybody kind of does it at different rates. I'd just say absorb as much knowledge as you can, but only kind of do it to your own skill level. Don't try to do something ridiculously complicated if you don't have the mechanical skill to pull it off. Now, there also was a bonus question, is what is my ranking history? So season 1 I played 6 games of ranked and I lost all 6. Season 2 I got to silver, nearly gold. Season 3 I got to diamond 1. Season 4 I was diamond 2, nearly diamond 1. And now season 5 I was diamond 2 most of the season, but then dropped down to diamond 4 at the end of the season. Just didn't have any time or patience to actually get back up. Next season I am hoping to go back to Diamond 1, maybe even Master if I do push myself quick enough or hard enough. So yeah, there you go. Next one is, who would you eventually want to work for in the type of industry, and how long do you think it will take you to get there? Riot is the obvious choice. Riot Games seems to be an amazing company. I know many Rioters that are extremely happy with their jobs. And how long will it take me there? Potentially in like in a year or two. I do have the fortunate position of doing a degree that kind of is suited towards Riot. I'm on the highest grade possible. I'm already a community figure in League of Legends. I have a YouTube channel on my backing, and I already know people in high places. So it is looking pretty good for me. It's not 100% that I'll get a job there, but I might get an interview. And I'm pretty good at talking, so if I get into an interview, then I am pretty confident. Next one is, am I hooked on any TV shows? Kind of. First one, well, The Arrow and Flash. I really like both of them series. Carl Pilkington's The Moaning of Life. I really like that. But honestly, the biggest thing I'm hooked on is not really a TV show here. It's more of a thing in Japan. And it's an anime. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. And that anime is One Punch Man. I'm obsessed with it. It's incredible, and it is slowly, well, not really slowly, it's turning into my favourite anime, and I'm already looking to try and get a poster for it to put up on one of my walls. You'll see here, if I actually get rid of this thing, I'm a big person for art, like cool artwork. Down there, it was the only place I could put it without putting it like in a really weird place in my room. I'm going to hang it up later today. That is a BlizzCon 2015 limited edition canvas print. Only 1,000 of them were printed. I like that type of thing, and I'm looking for that type of thing for One Punch Man. So if you know of one, let me know. Next one is, what is my favourite snack or meal? Favourite snack is biltong. So a lot of people know what? So my family has South African roots in it, and the biltong is a meat snack from South Africa. It's kind of like beef jerky is the best way I can describe it, but a bit more gamey. You can have it with pretty much any meat. Like in Britain, you tend to get beef biltong, but if you go to South Africa, you can get like wildebeest and stuff like that, which is really good. So the next one is, he wants to ask this, have I ever thought about joining a pro team? Not the tournaments you talk about, but a real legit LCS team representing good old Europe. No, I never want to. I've answered this question several times and people have been surprised, but the stuff you put into a professional League of Legends team, I personally think right now you don't get a great return. Maybe in like 5 years when the salaries go completely crazy, then maybe. If I were to join an LCS team, I'd never do it as a player. I would only do it as a coach. And it is something that I'm potentially going to look into after university. Because it interests me, or even just become an analyst or something like that. I'd never want to become a pro, and I'd actually advise people not to become a pro because I think it's just not a very good return. Focus on education a lot more. It's a lot better for your life in general. Next question is, what is my favourite Pokemon and favourite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Are they different from cards and the TV program? Favourite Pokemon, Charizard, always has been since I was, 3 or 4 years old. Always loved that Pokemon, always will. Favourite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Right, let me just really quickly find it. I do have a deck box here. That's, by the way, what I'm looking for. So I've actually got 2. Now, the reason for these being my favourite is pretty much artwork. So the first one is straight away this one. Contrast Hero Chaos. I think he just looks really cool. It's a pretty cool card. And then the second favourite card, if I can find it. It's right at the back. 5-headed dragon. I think it just is really cool. It's an okay card. You are sacrificing 5 dragons, but if you combine that with the Dragon's Mirror, hey presto, you got a free 5-headed dragon. And that's pretty much it. Are they different cards from the TV show? They're a little bit. You know, there are. It's more than the TV show from what I know. But again, the TV show has changed a lot. So I presume the TV show is a lot more legit than it used to be. Because the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh was I just randomly summoned 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Okay, like, you didn't tribute them at all or special summon them? Nope, just summon them. Okay, so there you go. Next one is, what kind of tea do I drink? None. I hate tea. And a lot of people are going to go, blasphemy. But yeah, I'm British and I hate tea. I'm a coffee person. 100% coffee. I'm a coffee nut. And it's really sad. My university has a new building, and in my old building there used to be a Costa Coffee, and I used to get a coffee there pretty much every single day. Now there isn't a coffee shop in my new building, so I don't get coffee anymore, and it really sucks because now I'm really grouchy in the morning. But yeah, what else can I do? So next one is, what do you use a website to find Yu-Gi-Oh deals? Yes. So again, I don't want to make this a massive Yu-Gi-Oh themed thing at the moment, but considering I just recently got back into it, my hype for it is pretty high. So the first few weeks I was just doing the card stuff. I still am doing the card stuff, but to kind of make a deck, like, let's be honest, these two decks that I have, right? So I've got 3 decks that I'm running at the moment, technically. So this is a Elemental Hero deck, if I show you. So this is an Elemental Hero deck. This cost £15 from eBay. And then this one is a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and this cost in total about 30 quid. So there's £45 right there for 2 decks. They're not amazing decks, by the way. I know tournament decks go way higher in price, but I'm using a software now. I will put it in the description that I believe it's called Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. It's fantastic. You can build decks on it, you can duel other people, and that's what me and my friends are doing now. I build a deck on there, see if I like it, see what the weaknesses are, and if I find a deck that I really do enjoy, I will simply buy that deck on eBay, or I will build that deck by buying the individual cards. And it's amazing. So again, I will link that down below. I'm not going to explain how it works. You can figure it out for yourself or Google it or something. But yeah, it's fantastic. Will I ever do duels of doing Yu-Gi-Oh on YouTube? I'm actually thinking about it, and I think I might do that. I might do a stream of it first, though, just to see how that goes. So yeah. Next one is, have I ever raged in video games such as LOL in my earlier days of gaming? If I did, when did you decide to stop and what made you stop? The only time I raged at a video game when I was about 5 years old, and I don't remember it. My mum has told me the story several times. So it was the video game was Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation 1. And basically there was a level that I was playing Buzz Lightyear and I couldn't get to Zurg. And I just couldn't do it. I was too young or something, and I just couldn't pull off the maneuver that you needed to do. And apparently I went mental at the video game, but I was like 5 years old. So to answer your question, that is the only time I've raged at video games. And why did I stop? Because I grew up. I do find raging at video games the most immature thing you can do. So yeah, that's pretty much that question. Next one is, what do I think about maining Heimerdinger? Is it possible to climb with him? All I will really need to say in this is Heimerdinger, or Heisendinger, whatever his name is. Whatever his name is, there is a challenger level Heimerdinger one-trick pony that streams. Heisendong, I think that's his name. And yeah, he's challenger Heimerdinger main. So yes, it's possible to climb, you just have to be really good at him. Next one, and this is going to be one of the final ones, is, do I believe in League of Legends stereotypes, e.g. all Riven players are toxic? I'd change the example you've given that. I wouldn't say all Riven players are toxic. I'd say most Riven players are toxic, and then yes, I'd believe in it. Stereotypes are something that I use in videos quite often because I'm trying to teach people very quickly, so I just use very quick information, and stereotypes are very quick. I would say stereotypes exist for a specific reason. They just don't suddenly exist. You know, there is a reason why they do it. And yes, most Rivens that you do come across tend to be very up on themselves and very ragey. So that stereotype is technically true. So yes, I do believe in them because most of them tend to be quite accurate. There obviously are exceptions, and you may be an exception watching this if you're in one of the stereotypes. But yeah, they do kind of exist for a reason. Alright, next one is, are we going to see you lighten up a bit more in some videos? Not the ones that you're trying to climb, you understand the mindset there. Thank you, you understand. But if you would upload just for fun, etc. Yes, it is something that I've wanted to do. I have spoken to you guys about the mode, you know, my competitive mindset. But me and Fi, a lot of you should know who Fi is, have been speaking for months about getting just together a fun Ranked 5s team. Not a competitive team, just a fun Ranked 5s team that may go competitive, we don't know. And both of us have been just extremely busy, but yesterday night he messaged me saying we really need to start doing it, and I was like, yeah, no, I agree. So we're going to really look into doing that, and hopefully very soon we can bring you some 5s content on my channel and his channel, and that will be a lot more light-hearted. That'll be me joking around with some friends, playing, you know, the champions I enjoy playing, and just generally having some fun. Kind of think of it as like a Peace Pigeon type video, but probably with better plays, because, you know, generally Peace Pigeon's crew are all platinum and gold, where my crew will be diamond and master and challenger, so it'll be a little bit different. So the next one, and this is going to be the final one today. Again, I'm so sorry, I'm recording this video for now over an hour. I'm not sure after cutting it all up and editing how long it will be. But yeah, over nearly 500 questions is way too much. And again, if your question did not get answered, tweet it at me, ask.fm it, come on the Discord server if you really need to get it answered. So yeah, I apologise, but it is. So this guy's joking just to say, I will look for you, I'll find you, and I'll make you my duo partner. But his serious question is, in the future, will I play with your subscribers? If so, will there be a certain rank? I will never, and I mean never, play ranked with subscribers in solo queue. Even with this new dynamic system. Never going to happen. The only way I would play ranked with people is just a fun ranked 5s team. And actually, I may as well promote it a bit now. On my Patreon, if you're not familiar with Patreon, Patreon is an extra website that you can support me by getting different rewards for that support. There is a package on there that you can play ranked 5s with me every single month on stream. And I'm just waiting for the spots to fill up before I start doing that. I believe there's 4 spots in there and one of them has been taken. Obviously, you have to pay for it because it's my time and everything like that. But you'll most likely be on the stream and you'll be in videos for fun. And you'll also be receiving coaching because I will be helping you when we play ranked 5s. That is the only time I'll ever play ranked with people. I think it's wrong when YouTubers boost or anything like that their subscribers, or if they get boosted. You know, if a challenger viewer of mine saying, hey Huzzy, do you want to get to Diamond 1, I'll boost you, I'd flat out refuse. I hate boosting in any level. So yeah, never going to play ranked, or never going to play solo queue or dynamic queue with viewers. Right, so that is going to be it for today's Q&A. I have no idea how many we got through, but it was about an hour of recording. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. And again, thank you so much for helping the channel grow. The couple of websites that I mentioned throughout the video, so Social Blade, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, lolskill.net, I'll link them in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And yeah, that'll be it for today. I will be streaming sometime over the next few days, and I'm also going to do some Unranked to Diamond. So thank you very much again for watching. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.